Okay. Um, I am doing a video on our homeschooling attendance for record keeping. Pretty much every state has some type of record keeping requirements, and that is your first step. Find out what your state requires because that will be a major component. The second component is dealing with the real world. If you work morning shift, evening shift, night shift, be honest, be serious, and factor that in. This is what you're dealing with. How many days off a week do you have? And what does your work schedule and what does your life schedule look like? If you were working 12-hour shifts and you're working 3 days one week, 4 days the second week, 3 days, 4 days, however that works, which would put it into a 2 week cycle. If that's what your household is working around, then be honest and factor that in and see how your life schedule uh, meshes with the state requirements that you're in. Um, for our schedule, um, we do it per week. Every week we pretty much have the same schedule, so our schedule is based on per week. One big reaction people get is, "Oh no, we can't homeschool because um, my child, if they were going to the local public school system, would get on the bus at 7:15. They would come home at 4:15, which is 9 hours a day. Number one, there's a lot of things that you have to subtract from that if you're homeschooling.
You can see it.
There you go.
Hello. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, that was a
I'm
pile
cleaning
of
dishes.
hair. Yeah. Okay. Um, they think, okay, if public school is 7:15 to 4:15, that means that we have to homeschool during that time frame. Maybe if you subtract the school bus, let's say, 8 o'clock to 3:30 or whatever, and they think that their hours have to match that of the school system. If you work morning shift, then you think, oh, well, I can't homeschool because those hours are reserved for school. That's the only time school can be counted as far as attendance goes or anything. No, there's 24 hours in a day, right? However hours that is a week. So, the two real big factors again is your state requirement and what your family, your household hours look like. And base your schedule on that. And your attendance for homeschooling will be based on your real schedule, your household schedule. So that was point one. If if your homeschooling attendance records do not match the same as it would be, then the local public school system, don't worry about that. It's not supposed to, right? Um, the second thing, well, what do you do? On our homeschooling records, we keep them in a binder. That's pretty common. We have one section for attendance, and in that attendance, the basic things that I have is a list of our um, holidays that we celebrate. Um, I've got two of them. I based first semester, second semester. It's the same system. It's just we break down per quarter. We do homeschool year round. There are 52 weeks in a year. Um, I basically, on the number crunching, I base on 50 weeks, but basically I keep records all year round, because to me every day is sacred, and it is a sacrament. It is to be set aside as grace from God, a blessing from God, and what we choose to do in that day um, is how we choose to live. It's all kind of the same thing. So we do homeschool all year round. I do keep records all year round. Number-wise, we hit our hours that are required by the state pretty early on. We do have flexible times for me and for us. The holidays is not a time, oh, well, it's a holiday, so we don't get school credit. That's when, to me, those things are the most important things that I want learned. That's the biggest part of our education. The values and the lessons learned during the holidays. That's what we base a lot of things on. I will talk about that in another topic. Anyway, this is just attendance. Just letting you know, we do count those all year, and we do base 2 semesters in a year, 4 quarters in a year, all that good stuff. So each semester, I have the list of the holidays, and then on the back page, I have a list. Probably pause that and get an idea of it. It has the weeks, 13 weeks in a quarter, 26 in a semester. So that works out to be 7 weeks, and this is our second form. So, aside from the holiday list, our first form for attendance, we have 2 forms that I keep records on. The first form is per semester, and then at the bottom it just because it has a summary on it. And in this form, there are 2 of these, 2 semesters, right? I keep the week number, the dates that fall in there. Then I keep the hours. And in our state of Missouri, you keep hour records for academic work that is done, non-academic work that is done, and field trips. Yes, homeschoolers do have field trips. We do get credit for those when you go to the museum, when you go to the park, when you do whatever. In our case, we include religion school. So that is one day a week. If you're a part of a co-op that is outside of the home, then that co-op would be fall under the field trip hours because it's done outside of your main home. In our case, my daughter spends time with her father and his side of the family, right, doing their things. Those hours are considered field trip because this is her main home where the bulk of her hours are accumulated. So this is her homeschool, and then their hours are field trip hours. So anyway, I just can't really see. So we've got the weeks column, the dates, and the attendance. Can't really see through the paper, so sorry. And then we have quarters. And on this, each quarter has 2 papers, right? You've got week 1 through 4, and then 6 more weeks, and then at the bottom the hours that. Let's see. Anyway, on these it says the top, so I keep track of what I am. The top title is weeks number. In this case, I'm looking at the back. It's weeks 8 through 13. Quarterly report, and then the year. This is 15-16. So we're just finishing up 2nd grade, and this one. It starts off week number 8. It's got the dates, so I know. So obviously they changed it from year to year. The next category I have is special days and the things. That is where I log the things. If she's sick or I'm sick. What are the holidays? What are the themes? If something comes up that needs to be addressed, those are when they're logged in. I log in what she's working on academically. All that type curriculum, record keeping goes in that category. And then the bottom line, I've got the total hours, and then again I've got it broke down. the academic, the non-academic, and the field trips. And that way I can accumulate them. I can count them down and calculate them and log the figures, to keep record over her attendance and her hours. So anyway, that's about it. That's how we do it in our household. Okay.